even more as they get older, that, some women just pick them because of the status and pick them because of the money. Okay. Then you have those who, some women just want a daddy for their already made family. They want to start over, with a new man and want to make him the father of the kids. So you just have to really, really be careful. And it's both ways, men and women. You can never live a happy life with a liar, man or woman, a manipulator, a control freak, insecure, and or jealous-hearted man or woman, and they come in both forms. It will be a bad decision no matter how much he or she makes or what he or she does for a living. If he or she is dishonest, they will be dishonest with you in paying bills, buying household things, or even what it is that they do with the money, while you are the one paying the bills or handling the full responsibilities, as they just come up with the different lies to avoid doing anything. Example, why did I get a notice that the mortgage was not paid for almost 6 months when I was with someone who was an executive for a large company? They never told me that they had any issues paying bills. So why did they not pay it? Well, I still do not know the answers to that question, which just leads me to the conclusion they were tired and trifling when it comes to that part of being a man. Okay, and ladies and gents, I've heard many stories about this, where that's why I say, you know your strong point, you know the other person's strong point, or you need to find out what the strong point is and who should do what. That way there will never be any confusion or any issues when it comes to who does what. Okay, but like I said, when you're dealing with someone who is not honest and they're not trustworthy, you won't know until that time comes. So the best thing, like I said, for those who are newly starting into relationships, set your intentions before you get in them. Okay, make sure you're specific. And it was funny, I was on my conference call today with my business class, and we were discussing this, and it was talking about, the list that women always, I want them 6'7" and 200 and 300 this pounds, and dark skin or light skinned, or this kind of car, that kind of car. When that is not the list you should be making. You should be making one where you want somebody honest, a man of integrity, a man of valor, a man who is upfront and explains, and when it comes to money, they're open and they're able to work together, and they believe in paying bills, and like those are the type of things you need to be setting in motion, because that's what's going to be important. Whether or not he got a mustache or not, that's not important. Whether or not he bald headed or not, that's not important. What kind of car he drives, that's not important, because that car today or tomorrow can be gone, and it's not even be in the equation anymore. So what's important is the character, the heart, the belief system of the person. That is what's important, and that's what you should make your priority when you're talking about making a list, or deciding what it is that you want in a relationship. Those are the things that you need to make sure you put first and prioritize. Do they like children? If you have kids, you want somebody who's going to love your child like their own. You want someone who's going to support your child like their own. You want somebody you got to really, really take a step back and look at it from a really mature mindset. If you have other people around you that are in relationships or in marriages, start looking at them and saying, and using them as examples. Say, well, okay, he works and she doesn't, or she does, and start but don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on the qualities and things that you do want. Because what you focus on, whether you want it or not, is what you're going to end up with. So you got to make sure your focus is on what's important and what you want to happen, or what you want. Okay? Let's see. I will say here that sometimes it is a good idea to date the person for a couple of years first, so that if there are any legal issues or any mess or any confusions or anything that you're not quite sure with, it has all been cleared up, or it can all have a chance to get done before you say I do. Another example is if they have not paid their taxes for maybe the past 10 years and they fail to inform you on that. And then you get married and see, you don't know people do that, because you're a person that pay your taxes every year on time, before time, right? You get your refund and you be good. But now you done got married to somebody and they don't believe in paying taxes or haven't paid taxes in 15 years. But they didn't tell you that. So y'all file joint. Guess what? Your refund, no more. Out the door. Because now you are connected. So any money that comes in is going to pay their debt. Did you never think about that, did you? Yeah. But see, this is stuff people don't tell you. This is stuff your friends and your mama nims, just stuff that kind of slip through the crack when it comes to preparing you for relationships. Okay? Then for the next 10 or more years, the IRS is taking your money along with theirs, so you are paying for their mistakes. I know many are men and women that find out after the fact that the man was arrested, that man has warrants, tickets, records, registered as sex offenders, has 8 kids with 8 different women, or the one kid he calls his cousin is really his son. Well, these are all things you should know about a man or a woman before you get engaged or before you start the relationship. Which, like I said, if they're good with what they do, because a lot of people are professionals at what they do, they're good at trickery. That's why you have to set intentions so that you don't even attract that type of person. Now, if you're just going by the normal everyday type of belief on how to find a mate, then you're gonna miss that. You're gonna miss that altogether. But I'm trying to give you some little insight on how to avoid that. You won't even attract that man. I don't care how attractive he is physically. If his character does not match up with what you are expecting or asking for, he won't be on your list at all. And so that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you avoid those type of situations by intentionally setting intentions to only attract people of good character, people of integrity, people with hearts that are healed from their past hurts or healed from their past pains and relationships or family issues. Those are the things that you want to focus on when you're setting your intentions to find a mate. Okay. It says, I know even some men who find out after the fact when that she was not born a woman, or she's a serial killer, or worse, has AIDS, or is still legally married to a man in another state. There is no reason why you should not know the personal and private parts of your mate's life. If they cannot be honest with you before you say I do, what makes you think he or she will be honest afterwards? A wedding ceremony does not automatically turn a crook into an upstanding citizen. You know the saying that you hear men say all the time about women. You cannot turn a hood rat into a housewife, or whatever they say, different way. It's the same way. Character does not change because of a piece of paper or because of a wedding ceremony. The character then just becomes more exposed. Whatever they are or whoever they were before, whatever was in hiding, it's going to come out then, because they feel that they can relax. They can unpack their suitcase and let their hair down, or put their slippers on then. It does not turn a cheat into a loyal person, a liar into a truth speaker. Nope. As a matter of fact, they get comfortable and get worse. What about women that use men to get their legalizations, or vice versa? Then they are so ignorant and selfish that they have the nerve to tell you later on in the relationship, but I didn't love you anyway. I just wanted to marry you so I could be legal. This is something that happens a lot, and it's personally known. Then in one instant, there was a man, when he was so smart and he made sure he was not the sucker that she got her papers through. Guess what, men? She found a sucker somewhere else and got those papers. Sad reality, but it's the truth. You have to make sure that the woman has your best interest at heart also. When she acts interested and is not just using you for her own selfish desires. Now, see, I have a son, so that's why I see things from both sides. Because if you are a mother and you have a child that is the opposite sex of you, you should not want your son to have to deal with any of this. So why would you do this to someone else's son? I always look at it like that. Like I have brothers. I have cousins that are male. I don't want them dealing with this type of stuff. Now, ladies and gents, I know that there are people that lie and can play some good games. They are professional manipulators and deceivers. You should never have to do a complete criminal investigation on someone to make sure they are being truthful. Like, seriously, I get it. That shouldn't even have to be a part of your equation in life. And it doesn't have to be. If you do your part and you pray and you be intentional with your thoughts and what it is that you want, you don't have to deal with that type of thing. Okay? It's most of my life, and I'm sure yours, you have taken people at their word. I know that it makes me feel bad when I am being truthful and the other person has determined in their hearts that I am a liar due to their last mate of being a liar. So, like me personally, and what the author is saying here, when you are a person who is a person of integrity and you tell the truth, and then someone doesn't believe you, it doesn't feel good because that person doesn't believe you. So I don't automatically assume when people tell me things that they're lying, because I want to be, believed. I want to be trusted. So I give people the benefit of the doubt, right? But when you have to deal with the fact that because